Okay. Welcome to live chat.
Okay, I think we're on.
I don't know if we're on. Somebody tell us if we're on.
Happy New Year's Eve, everybody.
Happy
Let
New
us know
Year's
if you can
Eve.
hear us.
We're trying to see if we can see people's comments. Not sure if we're on.
Yeah, the
I think
volume
we
turned
are
up.
on. Okay, Buzz is here. Let's get this party started. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Buzz. At least we got it to work this
Yeah.
year.
We wanted to go on a few minutes early because last year we had our grandkids here to help us if we couldn't get on, and they did help us, and they're not here this year, so we said let's go on at least 5 minutes early.
It was a fiasco
It was
last
there,
year
but
because we scheduled it, but then we didn't know how to get into the schedule. So we watched a lot of videos this year, and
Yeah.
it's like, okay, it's not that hard.
yeah. So good. I'm glad everything's working right. I think we're all focused in right. We did
Okay,
have some
Buzz hears us.
good. We did have some problems with our microphones, but I think it's
Yeah, the past couple of videos, my microphone like cut in and out, and I'm not sure what happened. So if by chance during this live we start cutting in and out, let us know.
yes.
I'm looking down here. If I can do it, anyone can. Well, I tell you, we thought we had it down last year, but we didn't.
Yeah.
So it was a fiasco last year. So at least it's a little bit better this year.
So when we were scheduling this, we didn't know what time to really schedule it, either from 4 to 5, 5 to 6, or 6 to 7. And the grandkids said 6, 7.
6, 7. That's the big thing now.
So we said, okay, 6, 7. That's what it is there. And this will give people time if they want to watch the football game that comes on after at 7:30, which is Miami and Ohio State. I'll probably watch it off and on. I'm more interested in tomorrow's game with the Alabama and Indiana Hoosiers. Hopefully Indiana can win and pull out a big upset there, even though they're ranked number 1. I think they're kind of the underdog. So I'll be pulling for the Indiana Hoosiers. Okay, now I can see the line. Let's get.
Oh, he's OH.
OH. Oh.
So we want to ask everybody, like, what do you typically do on New Year's Eve? Like, I don't think we have ever in our entire married life, I don't think we've ever gone like to a restaurant or a bar and celebrated the new year till midnight. I don't think we've ever done that. For years, we were in kids ministry, so we had kids on New Year's Eve, anywhere from 80 to 100 kids. We would have from 8 p.m. till like 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the morning. We are not night people. So when I see nowadays, when I see churches advertise New Year's Eve service, I start having PTSD.
Oh, no.
Because it was a challenge for us because we are not night people, and you have to have high energy when you work with kids. And so then we went from that to we started when our boys got a little bit older. We went, and this will show our age, we went to Blockbuster and we rented the VHS tapes, movies, and we came home and we had snacks and we watched movies till almost midnight. Then we would turn it over and we would watch the ball drop. And so that was our tradition when the kids were here all the time. So, and now we kind of do the same thing, but rarely do we stay up till midnight.
Probably the only New Year's Eve big celebration that I can really remember, which was special to me, was back in, again, this will tell our age, 1974, when Terry came up. I lived in Elkhart, Indiana, and she was down here in Corydon, and she was up for New Year's Eve, and that was the one New Year's Eve celebration in our home there that I can really remember with my mom and everything. So that's a special memory for me, that New Year's Eve in 1974.
Yep, I remember that. But typically I mean, that's what
No.
we've done. We've either been at church with kids or been at home here with
Yeah.
our kids. And those were great memories because we would get 4 or 5 movies and just watch movies and eat junk food until midnight.
So, Miss Brittany, thank you for joining us. I see
Hey,
you're on
Brittany.
here.
CC Moon.
CC Moon.
Ready for a nap. Well, I tell you what, as soon as this live is over, we're getting our jammies on.
Yeah. I'll probably watch a little bit of the game. And we got, for Christmas Eve, we watched the 2 Top Gun 1 and 2 there. And that kept us up, so when everybody went to bed, Santa could come put, presents under the tree. And then tonight, we're either going to be if the game's interesting, I'll watch it. If not, it would be like The Patriot or Braveheart's one of my go-to favorite movies to watch. And they're pretty long movies. So I don't know if we'll make it all the way to midnight, but we'll try.
No, because I didn't sleep last night. So it's doubtful that I'll make it up to midnight tonight. But behind us here, I have a crock pot going. That's got meatballs in it. That's our typical New Year's Eve food. And then there's a skillet on the stove back there, and that's got a nacho dip. So we're going to have that.
Yep.
I've got stuff for mozzarella sticks to pop in the oven. So we'll just have all kinds of snacky food and stay up as long as we can.
Popcorn's always my favorite, so I can always go to popcorn.
Yep. So what are your favorite foods to have on New Year's Eve? Do you have typical favorites that you have every year? Let's see if I can see the comments. I got my iPad down here, so because on my phone I can't see anything. No comments.
So Buzz and them got 1 inch of snow, so they're definitely going to be staying in. That's the weirdest thing on Sunday night. Earlier we was listening to Buzz there, and we told everyone that we had a EFO tornado hit about half a mile from our house, but it was like 75 that morning all the way through. And then that cold front came in and went from 75 to the next morning. The wind chill was down to 5 degrees. So it was a huge difference. And that just stirred up the atmosphere, and it had so many tornadoes around here. So fortunately, we're safe, no damage.
Oh, Miss Brittany. Thank you, Brittany. She says she's grateful that we've connected through YouTube, and she watches for our videos every Friday, and she may not get the chance to comment. Well, thank you, Brittany.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You watching.
I know earlier Buzz was saying that he was thinking about going to having another channel there, and we have thought at times, as we do our travel videos, basically our travel videos on Fridays, and then we do our coffee talks on Sunday. And like the algorithms really sometimes don't know, is this going to be a coffee talk,
is
station?
This travel or is this retirement?
So we thought about going to maybe having 2 channels, but we're just going to stick it out. We're just going to keep this one here, and we're just enjoy doing it. And I mean, we love traveling. We love doing the coffee talk. So,
and for me, I don't know, it's kind of hard keeping up with one channel. So I'm not sure if I want to put the pressure on myself to do 2. And maybe we won't get in the algorithm like we would if we would switch it up and have 2 different channels. But I mean, we do this because it's our hobby. We do this because we want these videos up for our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren someday to look back and see Grammy and Pampy. So it's not, we're not, it'd be nice to get 100,000 subscribers, but that's not the goal here. So we'll probably stick with our one channel.
Yeah, we're content. We're happy, and we're just going to stay with it. I see Mason Cornell's on. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Mason. Mackenzie also is on here.
They have mozzarella sticks and little smokies to snack on. Those are always good. And they're having punch. All right. We're going to have Grinch punch on Saturday.
We got one more big family Christmas, and that's coming up on Saturday. And Mason, Mackenzie, and all them is going to be here, and the rest of our family. And we always have a few games that we play. And, of course, we eat for about an hour and play games for about an hour, hour and a half, just about 2.5 hours or so. And the biggest game is that Saran Wrap.
The Saran Wrap ball.
Everybody loves that game.
Get a lot of stuff in that thing. We have lottery tickets, we have cash, we have
And
candy.
that ball is usually about yay round or whatever. Terry just wraps it up, makes it difficult to get them.
And Buzz says the algorithm does get confused.
It
and
does.
We are aware of that.
Yeah.
But
I think it's been confused for the whole year because it's not been very nice to us sometimes there.
Well, this year it has really gone down from what it was last year. So I don't know. Something has changed in the algorithm. I do know that. And our son and daughter-in-law, they had a channel that was Chrissa Travels Florida, and then she changed it to Chrissa Travels. And now they have divided theirs into two because one is Disney related.
Disney
videos,
Florida.
Yeah. And then the other is just nature and like Yellowstone and national parks and that kind of thing.
And that's the Q Life.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it probably would be advantageous for us to do another channel, but I'm retired.
There's a lot of work.
I don't want to put that much more work on myself. Like I said, it's hard to keep up with just putting 2 videos up a week, let alone run 2 channels.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Can't
see.
wait for the party Saturday. Neither can we, Mackenzie.
I think you will get there, honestly, because I enjoy both your videos. I think you guys will get there. Y'all have the personality for us. Thank you, Brittany.
Yeah.
That was awful sweet to you to say.
And Mason's letting us know what he wants for the party.
Mason, I made 2 batches of those red velvet cake balls, and I have been guarding these with my life to make it till Saturday so that you can have some.
One thing about Mason, which I don't know, I think we might have said a couple times in a couple of our videos, that he's in the 17 and under. He's in the class of 2027. And for those that know baseball, the exit velocity off the bat, whatever, for his age group, 17, 2027, he's the number 1 in the nation. For the bat, for the exit velocity at 109 velocity.
So we're very
proud. That's very impressive there. Yes. I'm looking forward, Mason, to seeing you play all spring and then all summer. And so hopefully you have a great junior year, then a senior year.
Okay, so does anybody have any New Year's resolutions that you would like to share? Ours is the same as we always have. We want to get healthier.
Yeah.
And we do good for a while, and then we sort of fall off
just
the
a
wagon.
Couple of weeks ago, man, Terry had pink eye. I think I told some of you, she had pink eye in both eyes. She had, what type of flu did you have?
We think it might have been flu A because my throat felt like razor blades, and I was told that the flu A. But then I also read something that the new strain of COVID, you have razor blades in your throat.
Yeah.
I was really sick for like 2 weeks, and I'm still not 100%. I'll have coughing fits every now and then. So anyway, I don't know what it was because she didn't test me, but I do know I had pink eye in both eyes, and that was not fun. Resolution is to read the Bible in a year. That is a great resolution. I've done that several times, and it is kind of hard to keep up with at first because there's some days that you have to read a lot, and then there's some days that you don't read as much, but it is I loved it. I've done it several times. So that's
Steve's Retirement Corner says Happy New Year, y'all. And what a year that everyone's had. And I just got done listening a couple of days ago to, I think it was his last video, where it says, can you retire on $500,000? And it was kind of a main thing was saying that you shoot for the top goal of 500,000. And if you make 400,000 or 300,000, then that's pretty good also there. And every person's individually, and that, you shoot for the moon. If you get a star or 2, that's great too.
Yeah. And your lifestyle has so much to do with how much you have to save. So yeah. And where you live, we live in a very economical part of the country, but if we lived in California or New York or one of the states that was very expensive to live, we would have to have a lot more than we have right now. And I commented to somebody the other day, people would probably laugh if they knew what we retired on and what we live on monthly. They would probably think, what in the world? But we live a simple life. Yes, we travel, but we have planned for that. But other than our travel, we live a very simple life and we don't do anything fancy or anything. So people would laugh if they see what we live on a month.
What are some of you guys' big things that you can just really can remember from 2025? What are some of the big moments for you in 2025? I know one of ours was our 50th anniversary, and that was
And the trip to Alaska.
and the
that
trip
was
to
to
Alaska.
celebrate our
Yeah.
anniversary. That was unbelievable. I still can't believe that we were there and the things that we saw. It's so different from where we live.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. And Mason says he likes the hat and coffee cups here. We put them here. We have merchandise on
Yeah.
our channel. If anybody out there is retired and loving it too,
You can get a cup or you can get a cap
or a shirt,
or a
anything.
shirt. We went to Alaska. We had someone actually for the big winter coats and put in the retired and loving it with the YouTube logo on the bottom and everything. So, when we go around, people kind of always comes up to us, what is that? And we can always say, well, no, that's our YouTube channel, Retired and Loving It. Oh, really? What's your YouTube channel? Retired and Loving It. Oh, okay.
And so many people ask us, where did you get that shirt?
Yeah.
I want a shirt like that, and so we just tell them, well, go to our YouTube channel and you can get a shirt on there. So anyway, that's our merchandise.
Buzz says that we're confusing Mrs. Buzz and him. It says to switch places. No, just kidding.
Oh. Oh boy, you confused us. Let's see.
Then another thing that I know Terry really enjoyed doing on our coffee talk just recently, she did a 3-part series interviewing her mom who turned 90 this year, and just the history of her mom living in the Depression, the things that they did back then. When was she born? It was
1935.
1935.
She did not have electricity till she was 18. Never had running water or an indoor toilet while she was living at home. So when she got married, they didn't have running water either or an indoor toilet.
No.
But she said that's all she knew. It wasn't anything different for her. So it was really, I wanted to do it because I wanted that remembrance for our grandchildren and her great-grandchildren and someday her great-great-grandchildren to be able to know what it was like, because we have no idea.
Yeah.
We were born with all of these conveniences. So we have no idea what it's like to live without electricity or indoor running water or indoor plumbing. We just have
to
no
go outside
idea.
in the wintertime for the outhouse.
Yeah, and carry the pot upstairs and then use that at night and then have to carry it down and empty it the next day. No, not for me.
I know one of the main or kind of fun facts about her mom is that when she retired, I don't know how old she was there, she went to work at McDonald's and worked there for another 25 years. And she got awarded the statue, or not statue, but
the French fry award.
The French fry award with a plaque and French fries and stuff for working 25 years. She probably would still be there if your dad hadn't passed on.
Yeah, my dad got ill and she had to take care of him. Otherwise, she would have probably still been.
Yeah, but she loved that social life, and she used to talk to people, and everybody knew her around here when they drove through the drive-thrus. They just would call her by name and she would know them.
And Steve from Steve's Retirement Corner said that was a great series. He enjoyed that. A lot of people have told me that they enjoyed that. And I enjoyed listening to her stories about how you do laundry when you don't have running water and you don't have electricity, and how she had to heat the water and
use the washboard.
And you got washboard. I have the washboard, and that she had to come home from church and kill a chicken so that they could have Sunday dinner. Like,
man,
I was not cut out for that lifestyle. No. I guess if I was born then, that's all I would know.
And you didn't have any air conditioning, window unit, or anything for a long time.
Long time. Well, we didn't either when we got married.
Yeah, we had fans, box fans.
Box fans in the window. So it wasn't until like in late 80s, early 90s before we got window air conditioners. Yep. And then later on, we got Central Air, which we thought we'd died and gone to heaven.
I remember our first, we had a 19-inch from TG&Y. It's an old time store like a Kmart, but before Kmart, TG&Y, a 19-inch TV, black and white. We thought, man, we're really moving up in this world. A 19-inch black and white TV. That was in 75. I guess we got married in 75.
Okay, so what are some of your traditions that you typically do on New Year's Eve, maybe even New Year's Day? I know a lot of people eat cabbage and they put a penny in it or something like that because that signifies you're going to prosper or something in the new year. I don't know exactly what it means, but they eat cabbage and they put a penny in there.
Yeah.
We don't do that. I don't like cabbage anyway.
I don't like cabbage either.
So, what are some of the things that you typically do, either New Year's Eve or New Year's Day traditions? We used to always go to my mother's side of the family. They would have New Year's Day. That was the get together for that side of the family. And they had no regard for people watching football games because Keith was always a big football watcher, and it was always in the middle of the day when the football was on. So
they would have one TV, but there'd be like 50 people around. If you sat on a couch, you're kind of okay, trying to find the score here or there. But there was 3 or 4 of us that enjoyed trying to follow some of the New Year. Back then, the bows and everything was a lot more, important, I guess, at that time, watching all the bowl games and stuff there, seeing what the scores were.
So Mackenzie said they cook up black-eyed peas and cabbage.
Black eyes.
And Buzz says nothing. We are the most boring couple on earth. I don't know, Buzz. We probably rank right up there with you. We're not very exciting either.
No.
In fact, most every day by 6:30, we're in our pajamas with a blanket on, watching the news, and we're in bed by 9:30 usually.
Yeah.
But we get up about 6 every day, but without an alarm usually. But
once you tell the story, you kind of went on a little bit in the video about your dad. Talk about times different, cutting his finger.
Oh, yeah, he was working at a factory, a furniture factory. And of course, back then they had no days off, no workman's comp, nothing. So he cuts his finger off the tip all the way from the first knuckle of his pointer finger all the way off. I don't know if they found it or not, but anyway, he went home that day, came to work the next day because he had a family to feed. And if you didn't work, you didn't get paid because there was no workman's comp, there was no sick days, there was no personal days or anything like that. If you didn't work, you didn't get paid.
Bandage it up and go back to work.
People back then
he's tougher than what I would have been.
Out of better stuff than we are because I think we're spoiled. We have all this stuff, and people today, I mean, we wouldn't know how to go about living without electricity. We were without electricity for 10 days when Hurricane Ike came through and we had straight line winds and it knocked out electricity. 10 days we were without
and we had like 7 trees blow over. And
we had to make coffee on the kerosene heater. I had to put my makeup on and by the window trying to see some light. Anyway, it was not fun, and I'm not a pioneer.
No, neither am I.
Can't wait for our party. So you're going to have a party. Well, our party on Saturday. We can't wait either because we got some games and getting the food all ready and all that stuff. So it's going to be fun. It's always a fun time getting together. Even though we all live fairly close, it seems like, with extracurricular activities and everything, everybody's so busy. So we rarely get together. So we kind of make it a point to do the Carnes Christmas every year so that we all get together and spend some time together.
Just have a good time together and just, we used to do that years ago when I was real small. My mom and when my cousins were in the Navy, pretty much whenever they would come home, we would have big big parties at our house there. I remember and everything. But so this is a special part for us having a Carnes family get together.
Somebody says New Year's Eve greetings from Culver City, California.
Wow! Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yes.
Happy New Year's Eve.
Happy New Year's Eve. Can you believe how fast
Yeah.
2025 went? I mean, it was a huge year for us.
Yeah.
It was huge because I had my 50th high school class reunion. We had our 50th wedding anniversary. My mother turned 90. We went to Alaska. We had several bus trips planned last year. I mean, it was a big year.
Yeah.
We still haven't done all the videos from the trips we took last year, so we're going to catch up during the slow months of January, February, March.
And then tell them about Learning You. That is a special.
January the 16th. Learning You is a movie that's coming out. At first, they were going to call it Merry Christmas, Elijah. But it's typical for as movies get filmed and start being promoted and stuff, a lot of times they change the name. So they did change the name, and it's Learning You. We got to be in 3 scenes. We're in the background, so if you don't know we're there, you probably won't know we're there, but we know where to look.
Because they had the red carpet premiere.
We got to walk the red carpet. We got to see the premiere.
Meet all the actors.
And their philosophy, this is a movie, it's about a father who has a son with severe autism. And he takes him out of the institution for a road trip for Christmas. And he's learning you. He's learning his son. And we just...
I just reading one of Steve's comment. Go ahead.
I get tired just watching you both. I know. We were everywhere this year.
I'm out of breath just thinking about it.
We met ourselves coming and going sometime. But the movie, it'll be out January 16th. And where you live, if it's not in a theater, ask about it. And they could possibly get it for you. We were able to see the premiere. We're going to go on January 16th. When it comes out, we're going to go see it again. But it's not depressing like you would think, oh, geez, it's probably a depressing movie. There's a lot of comic relief in there. And it really brings awareness. And what was so special to us is the people that put this movie on, they wanted to recognize not only the special need kids and adults, they wanted to recognize and give special honor to caregivers of special needs. And so for us to be asked to walk the red carpet, and that night, it was just so special to us, and it meant the world to us.
Granddaughter got to go with us. She just loved it. And then you got interviewed by Justin Overlander.
Yes, Justin Overlander is the producer of the movie, and he was also the producer of The Chosen. So if you've ever watched The Chosen, he's the producer. And we had let them borrow our car. We have an extra car that we never use, and it's here. And they put out a message: does anybody have an extra car that our producer can use? Because he was going to be in the area for a month. Had no way back and forth to film. And so we were like, well, yeah, you can use our car. We're not going to use it. And so at the end of the movie, we didn't know there was this extra scene because, some movies you have to sit through just a little bit of the credits to see the final scene. Well, we didn't know there was a final scene. We had our granddaughter with us. It was past her bedtime. So we're trying to rush her out of the theater, and we get out almost to the door, and here comes another scene. So we stood there and we watched the final scene. And then Keith goes, well, looky there. It was our name. It had special thanks to Keith and Terry Carnes. I'm like,
what?
What?
Our name's going to be in there for eternity.
So I guess because we let them use our car, they put a special thanks in the credits. So we were blown away.
Yeah.
So if you get the chance to go see it, it's well worth it. Because truly, we do not know what some parents of special needs, what they go through on a
Right.
daily basis. We just have no idea. And this movie brings awareness of some of the things that they have to deal with. And yet it does it in a way that you're laughing one minute and you're tearing up the next. And
Yeah.
it's a very good movie. So we highly recommend that you go see
And you
it.
can see that interview if you go to their Facebook page. I think it's Learning You.
Learning You movie. And scroll down. There's several interviews on there, but it's the night of the red carpet. And I'm about a minute or so
Yeah.
into the movie. They interviewed all of us, but they put the one where I was talking on there. So I didn't know that was going to happen either.
No.
So that was a surprise. But it was a very special night for us. So yeah, we were in a movie.
Wow.
We're movie stars. You want our autograph? Anyway, we're in 3 scenes.
Yeah.
One of the scenes, it shows like the span of a church service. And there's like 500 people in there. And we're way over in the corner. You might see the back of our head. But we know where we're sitting. And then another scene is we're in the same room, but we're sitting in the row with the actors. The actors are on the left of us. And
we're about four
on
down.
The end of the row. So as you're seeing the actors, if you look down the row,
you'll see us there.
And then another scene, they are at the Santa Fest, and we're all dancing around, joy, 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 down in my heart. And Keith is in I think a red shirt, and then I have antlers on. And anyway, we spotted ourselves. But, you probably won't spot us because everybody looks alike.
That's like a 30-second scene, but we were there for 3.5, 4 hours for that 30-second scene, doing over and over. Retake.
Let's do it again. I'm like, oh.
And they want you to jump up and down for for a minute there while the band plays Joy, Joy, Joy Down Your Heart. I tell you, I was getting out of breath there after about the 4th, 5th time. This is jump up and down.
We never dreamed we would be there that long. We had our grandkids. It was a school night. But how often are they going to get the opportunity to be in a movie?
And they both were in that scene too.
Yes. So that was really, really special.
So check it out, January 16th, Learning You.
Yep. That's going to be cool. Let's see. I never thought we'd be in a movie. That's for sure. Now, this coming year, we haven't scheduled a lot. We know that in May of 2026, we're going to spend about 10 days in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go and dog sit our granddogs while our son and daughter-in-law go and do some traveling. So we're going to do that. And then in October, they're coming up to where we live, and we'll do some things with them. But we don't have any really big things planned this year, but
2027, look out.
2027, I have it right back here. We have a trip to London and Paris, and we are so excited about it.
Yeah, that's one of our bucket list items to do.
Our daughter-in-law. She lived in London for 5 years. She went to school there and she lived there. So she knows where to go, what all to see, where to stay, everything. And so she came up with this whole big trip planner thing.
She loves doing that. And we said, go for it.
I mean, it is a big itinerary. We're going to see a lot. So she asked us, hey, would you guys be interested in going to London and Paris with us? I'm like, well, yeah. Because that's something we would not be able to do that on our own. We would have to go with a group or somebody who knew what they were doing, because we would not know where to go, where to stay, what to do. We wouldn't know anything.
We would waste a half a day trying to find 1 or 2 spots where she knows exactly where to go, where she has this really booked up for seeing a lot of the top things.
So that's our big thing for 2027. So we're probably, we're going to do some things in 2026, but we're going to kind of lay low, save up our money, and then 2027, London and Paris. We are really excited about it.
So we, 2025 was a big year where we did, several bucket list things, and we spent, quite a bit of money in 2025. So 2026, we probably won't be spending near as much, but then in 2027, this trip here, and it's going to be well worth it there. That's going to be our highlight of 2027.
So Buzz says, Theo and I tried to get into a movie they were filming at the West Side Market in Cleveland, but the guy said paperwork was a hassle. We tried. And we did have to fill out a lot of paper.
Yeah, for everyone, the
I
grandkids.
mean, just to be a background extra that nobody's really going to see.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a lot of paperwork to it. Are y'all still thinking about going to Japan in the future? Yes.
Yes.
Probably 2029, 2 years after our big London.
Yeah.
If Marty's still there, I graduated with Martin Holman, and he lives in Japan. He's a professor, and he has invited us to come anytime we want to come. He'll show us around. So we just haven't made it there yet. But yeah.
2029 is when we're hoping that we can, take our trip to Japan. You never know from 1 year, or even 1 month, or 1 day to another, how your health's going to be and everything. So with me being 71, you figure I got hopefully 10 more years of good traveling. So we're trying to do like every other year a really big bucket trip. List thing there. So that's definitely one of them. And we got it in our calendar for 2029 to plan it out. We just got to check with Marty and see what's the good month and what the weather's like and stuff like that. And again, if we're both, knock on wood, healthy and able to get around and can walk pretty good there, we're going to do it. And then every other year, hopefully do another big one. And, in 10 years, see how our health is. We might go another 5 years or so.
Steve says the life of movie stars.
We didn't get paid like some of those movie stars, though.
And he also says Japan is a long flight.
Oh, it is. Well, so is what we say.
Yeah, so is London. I think it's 8 hours.
A little over 8 hours, and that's straight through.
I'm gonna have to get me some compression socks because my legs will swell up.
Bubble wrap and.
Oh gosh.
Bubble wrap's kind of a joke, but she falls and gets hurt. It seems like
everywhere
even in Alaska, she was walking, filming, and all of a sudden down she went, skinned up.
Yeah, at the time, like I was just looking because these mountains, oh my gosh, they're so majestic. I wasn't even filming. I was just gawking, looking around, missed the curb. I'm laying in the street and everybody's running up. Are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, I don't know. I was bleeding. I didn't know that I was bleeding, but I had on skinny jeans and I couldn't lift up my pants to see. So later,
I always carry about 10 Band-Aids in my wallet there, so I go prepared.
And now I carry Band-Aids too, because usually it takes both of our Band-Aids to keep me bandaged up. Watch Josh doing. He is watching us on his iPad in the other room.
Yeah.
Plus watching his TV shows.
But he really enjoyed the Mississippi Riverboat cruise that we went. We haven't put the videos up yet there, but that was actually one of his Christmas presents from last year that we got for him, and he just loved it there. That was a relaxing, fun cruise, riverboat cruise, and
it was really nice. The only bad thing is it was a bus trip, and it was a long ride from Indiana to Iowa. And then once you got to Iowa, then you got on this riverboat, and it was a small riverboat. It was enjoyable, but like we couldn't get up and walk around because it was a small boat. And so I have to walk around and keep my legs moving, or else my legs get all swelled up. And my legs really swelled up on that trip. Oh, it was terrible. But that was the only bad part about that. But it was a really fun trip, and we enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. And they fed us. Like we'd get there and they fed us a morning snack. Well, then there was a mid-morning snack, and then there was lunch, and then there was an afternoon snack, and then there was dinner. And I'm like, all we do is eat on this boat.
It was fun.
Said, we would rather feed you too much than not enough. Yeah. I'm like, okay. Okay. Japan would be great. Totally different culture. I'd be humbled. I know nothing about Japan. My niece went there years ago because the company she worked for was a Japanese company, and she got to go see the like mother company in Japan, and her boss was Japanese. So she had that experience, and then um, my classmate Marty, he posts a lot of different things, and it is a
Yeah.
totally different culture. So I'm sure we'll be like a
Yeah.
fish out of water. We'll have to say, Marty, tell us what to say and do.
But he's fluid. He speaks.
Oh, he teaches English at a Japanese university, so he is fluent in Japanese, and it looks like chicken scratches to me.
Yeah.
I don't know how they make out words, but I'm gonna have to say, help us not look stupid, Marty, because we don't know
No.
anything.
The only thing I know about Japan is that's where Godzilla came from.
The old Godzilla movies, remember those? And the mouths never
Yeah.
worked with the mouths on the thing.
How are you doing? Everything's fine.
Oh my god.
And we haven't posted our Chattanooga videos yet either. That was a real.
Yeah, Chattanooga is such a historic place. There's so much to see, and we didn't get to see half of what
Yeah.
we wanted, but that was another bus trip. And there's good sides and there's bad sides of bus trips. The good part is you ride the bus, you don't have to drive, you don't have to do any of the planning. That's all done. But the downside is you follow their agenda and you follow their schedule. And so you don't have the freedom to go and do things that maybe you would
Yeah.
want to do. So we have to go back
Yeah.
there because there's a lot we would really like to see.
One of the real nice things that we got to see was at the Corker Museum.
Coker Museum.
Yeah, that was I don't know if you ever watch Antique Archaeology with Mike Wolf and them there. He's on there a lot there, and we actually saw Mike Wolf there when he was in Nashville a few years ago, and he was really down to earth and everything, nice guy there. But that museum in Tennis, Corker Museum, is just awesome. So many automobiles, just so many.
It was amazing, and we even got to meet the owner.
Yeah.
There was people all gathering around this guy, and we go, "Who is that guy over there?" And they go, "Oh, he's the owner of this place." I'm like, "Oh!" So we got to meet him, get our picture with him, and he had a really big heart. He cared about the community, and it was, if you like old vehicles and old, gosh, they had just a lot of antiques and just different things there.
Motorcycles, all kinds of stuff.
We'll have a video on that when we get to it.
Yeah.
We have so many videos that we're behind on. But we're not going to travel much in January, February, March, probably April. So we will try to take that opportunity to catch up on a lot of these videos that we have to put up.
Yep. Because we wanted to do our Alaska videos in August. That was our actual anniversary month, was August. And then at Christmas time, we wanted to put up our Biltmore videos there. So we kind of put the other ones in the back burner till January and February.
And Biltmore was so amazing. To see how the ultra rich lived back in the 1890s, it was just crazy. It was crazy. It was so neat. It's just so beautifully decorated for Christmas. And not only the home, but their grounds and their stables and everything it was gorgeous. And the people who live there can get season tickets so that they can go on the Biltmore grounds anytime they want to. And there's so many hiking trails, and it is just beautiful. And just to go there and spend that time would really be amazing. So I can see why people would get season tickets to go there.
Okay.
I'd consider changing your channel name to include travel in the name. Ask AI for suggestions and check out other travel YouTube sites worth looking into. Good idea.
Good idea.
Even though, like in our description, it says that we do retirement travel and whatever. But yeah, I mean, that might be good. That way the algorithm might know more to push us out to retire or to travel channels as well as retirement. Yeah, so that'd be
Yes.
something to look into.
We're both history buffs. We love going like to Yorktown, Jamestown in Virginia, and seeing all the historical battlefields there, walking on the battlefields. That was one of our highlights. That was just really neat to consider. The battles that they used to do. Stand in the front line and shoot, and just hope you didn't get hit. And I just can't imagine that.
Steve from Steve's Retirement Corner says, we took the kids to Biltmore Estate years ago, saw King Charles there.
Woo.
He was just a prince then. That would have been an amazing experience. That would have been awesome. Somebody else said, did Japan last year. Tokyo was worth 2 weeks on its own. Oh my goodness, 2 weeks.
Okay, then.
If you do go to Japan, make a point to try and go see a major Japan League baseball game. It's an experience. Okay, well, that's
I love baseball.
Yeah.
I love baseball.
Well, thank you for that suggestion, because we would have probably never thought about that.
Maybe we can get the Cubs play someone in Japan. That would be a good bucket list. See the Cubs playing in Japan.
Yep, it would. So what about you guys? Do you have any big things planned for 2026? Any trips or any just big things that you're planning on doing? Maybe your resolutions and different things. Let's see. Buzz. Plus, you do an excellent job of filming and narrating. Seriously, your hard work editing shows. Well, thank you. It is a lot of work, let me tell you.
Yeah.
It is a lot of work. And usually a 10-minute video can be hours and hours and hours of editing. So when we go pick up our grandkids from school, we sit in the pickup line. They like us to be 1 or 2 or 3. They don't like us to be way in the back of the line. So we get there way early and we sit there. And that's what I do, is I sit there and I edit video. So I would say at least an hour a day, maybe 2 hours a day that I spend working on YouTube.
What are we normally doing as we wait on Wednesdays?
Editing video and listening to Buzz's Retirement Garage because he's live.
Yeah.
Addie and Kaysen, Family Adventures. You will have a great time. Did you all see some lady get tackled by the police at the Cracker Barrel in Corydon this morning? Nana and Papa were there when it happened.
See that.
I saw the video on Facebook. It's like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Some lady was running from the police, came off the Corydon exit, ran into the guardrail in front of Cracker Barrel and bailed out of the car, took off running. The police tackled her and dropped her on the pavement. It looked like it would hurt too. Okay, Thomas. So, wisdom. I am a part of Retirement DIY Finance Group, and all of the members except me live in the Midwest. So we are doing a north to south Midwest tour in May. Well, that's amazing. That's awesome.
Yes.
Let's see. Have I missed any comments over here?
I'm trying to go back through there.
They are fanatical in Japan on the baseball.
They are.
Okay, I can't see if I've missed any or not.
I know Addie and Kaysen's Family Adventures. They do a lot of good fun videos, and so we enjoy watching them. We got several that we enjoy watching, and just you get to a few that you just feel like family with. There, you kind of know, when they're talking, almost what words they're going to be saying and stuff like that. It's good to spend Saturday nights, watching a video, watching Buzz, and Steve's Retirement Corner, and so many of those that we watch.
It's just amazing that people you've never met in person, but you feel like you know them because you've watched their videos or you've watched them live. And it's just amazing.
Yeah.
And I've recently met a lady in California, and it's like kindred spirits or something. I don't know. I really love her. And then I've met a lady in England. She lives in Wales. And I just feel like, even though we've never met, we live hundreds and thousands of miles apart, we feel like we know them.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just strange. But I guess that's the day and age we live in.
Yeah.
Everything is virtual. So
And I think we told the story last year on New Year's Eve when we went live, but we were in Florida like 3 years ago, and we went to one of the parks. I forgot what park it was, and we was in line to see take the granddaughter to Snow White to see her up close, whatever. And it was a line back and forth, and there was like 6 young boys, kind of going with us, and turned around because we had our yellow Retired in Lebanon shirts on. And they turned around, one of the boys, and said, "Are you Retired in Lebanon on YouTube?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "My mom watches you guys every Friday and watches your coffee talks." And out of nowhere, it's like someone, I'm not sure if she lived in Florida or where, but they recognized this, and that was pretty awesome. I thought
it was. I mean, I was like, "What? Somebody recognizes?" That was weird. Glenn Top Flight, Happy New Year's, guys, from Carol and myself in the UK.
UK, wow.
Hi, Addie and Kaysen. I get the same feeling from reading the comments. I mean, really, you just feel like you know people. And sometimes you feel like you know them better than you know your own family. So it's just kind of weird like that. But and then too, I get to watching so many channels that I feel bad if I miss their video. And sometimes, like Christmas, especially the Christmas season, it gets so busy. It's like it's so hard to stay caught up. I want them to know I care about their videos and I want to see their videos, but I don't always get to see them all. And some people post, especially Christmas, they post every day their Christmas vlogs or whatever. It's really hard to keep up when they post
especially when
every
you were
day.
sick. When you were sick, you didn't want to do nothing.
Oh my gosh, I was sick, and it's like, oh, they posted another video.
Yeah.
Like, it's just hard to catch up and hard to stay caught up. Now, once a week videos, it's no problem. I can watch them once a week. But when they post every day, it's just really hard.
So I try to add 2 or 3 new viewers to watch their videos. Like one of them there was Buzz, kind of mentioned him earlier. One of his videos, Cartoon Mark there. And
we've added him.
Yeah, we added him. Watched him the last 2 that he did there, and so he's one that we're going to be watching regularly as often as we can there. But it's hard to keep up, especially when during Christmas time and holidays, and because you're so busy doing things. But we do our best, and we thank you guys for watching our videos.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Here's Mr. CZ Lover. Happy New Year, love Keith and Terry. Well, especially Terry. And now I can't talk.
She can't talk there. You choked her up there.
I have been. I'm still recovering from being sick.
Yeah, she's got rid of everything except for the cough. It kind of been lingering on her.
And I don't know if you guys remember, but I shared on our YouTube channel that a couple years ago, I was diagnosed with trigeminal neuralgia, which means there's a trigeminal nerve that runs through your jawline. And for some unknown reason, sometimes that trigeminal nerve will just like go haywire and fire. And it feels like you're being shocked in the side of your head. It's very painful. Well, it was in remission for the longest time. And just last night, it kind of started up again. So that's why I didn't sleep last night.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't stop. It's relentless. So I started back on the medication. It's a phenobarbital. It's for epilepsy seizures. But what it does is it calms that nerve down. It's still working on it.
Yeah.
I took it this morning, this afternoon, so I've took 2 doses, and it's still.
Yeah, it feels like electricity going through her thing for about 10 seconds or so it lasts, and you can tell when she's in pain there, she kind of tenses up there.
So if I wince, and I'm not I'm not being rude or anything. It's like it's probably pain.
It's kind of flared up there. Hopefully in a couple of days it'll go away. The last time it went away like in a day and a half. But
Yeah, this time it's being a little bit more
yeah.
stubborn. Mason says we also like to play board games on New Year's Eve. We like to play those with our grandkids. We've
Yeah.
started here recently playing.
Wiley, what's the one right before him?
Enjoy your content and hard work on with the vlog. Wishing everyone a great 2026.
Yes.
Um,
Very wet New Year's Eve from Los Angeles.
oh wow!
Wonder what the temperature is in Los Angeles.
What's the temperature there?
It's around 30, I think, now here with the wind chill around 28 or something like that.
Happy New Year from Seattle. We were just in Seattle in April. That's where we ported out to Alaska for our Alaska cruise, and we stayed at the Edgewater Hotel.
Edgewater, the Beatles stayed there years ago.
It was we love historic places, and just to read all the history on that hotel and know that the Beatles stayed there, and that's where they had their fishing pole out the window.
On the album or the fishing pole, that was where they stayed. Then to go through the Space Needle, that was awesome.
Yeah, it was Seattle. We didn't get to see as much as we wanted because by the time we got there and then we got to our room and we ate our dinner and then we went to the Space Needle, it was really, really late. So then it was time for bed.
What's the name of that restaurant we ate at?
6, 7.
6, 7.
6, 7.
There's a restaurant there. It was really a nice
Well, because it's on Pier 67.
Yeah, that's the Pier 67 in
so
there.
that's why it's named 6, 7. So
and then the Norwegian Encore was on the next pier down there. It was 6, 6 or 6, 8, one of those.
Yeah.
It was the next one.
So we just walked to our pier, but we didn't get to see as much of Seattle as we would have liked. So we'll have to go back for sure.
61 in LA right now.
Woo, 61. I would take it.
Yeah,
I would take it.
The Edgewater is so fun. It was there.
It was.
It was so neat was when we went in, of course, we had check in, whatever, and we had our shirt on, whatever, and the clerk lady, she was checking us in, and she seen our shirt again and says, "What's that?" And it says, we're doing a YouTube. We're going on an Alaska cruise. We're celebrating our 50th. So she upgraded us to a room right on the pier there where we can see the Norwegian Encore, the ships coming in. I mean, it was literally less than 50 yards away when it docked and whatever. And she upgraded us for free. And so that was a blessing.
Yeah, we got to watch it come in and watched all the activity on the, as it came into port, and it was really amazing. It really was. So yeah, the Edgewater, we loved it. We really did. And it was pricey.
Yeah.
But
again, it's one of our bucket lists, and
sometimes
we had it planned in our budget, so we went ahead and we like the helicopter ride on the glacier. That was very expensive too, but oh man, that was breathtaking.
It was a once in a lifetime thing. I mean, how many times are you going to ride a helicopter and land on a glacier and walk around?
We did 4 or 5 big bucket lists this past year, which we're not going to do this year, but the seaplane adventure was probably the most scariest adventure when we were taxiing around getting ready to take off, and he was pulling out on the choke and the engine kept cutting off, and he said, we may have to, go back in, have the mechanic look at it. And he said, wait a minute. The engine looks like the oil looks like it's not warming up right. We're just going to taxi around a little bit and try again. And I said, no, are you sure? I mean, this is one of these things you don't want to say, maybe thing. You want to know for sure that that's the problem. And after about 5 minutes of taxiing on the river, he took off, and kind of holding my breath a little bit, but he took off. And everything
was
fine.
Scared. I was ready to bail out of there. It's like,
and she was sitting up front. I was sitting in back. But that was
I didn't want to get up in the air and that engine start sputtering out. No.
Especially with those crocodiles everywhere and those, land in the lakes down there. It was, whew.
Yeah. I can't believe it was just 75 degrees on Sunday here. Now back in the 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
Yes, Mason. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was so nice here. And then that cold front came in, and that's what brought the tornado. And yeah.
Okay, Adventures with Mark, and they're going to be enjoying fireworks in Japan.
Oh wow!
Wow!
You'll definitely have to video that.
Yeah.
So we can watch
Tell us how you like it, and so we get us prepared for it for 2027.
No.
2029.
Yeah. So this year we haven't totally decided, but we may go to Virginia Beach the first week in October. Um, that's our week that we go usually to Virginia Beach. And in 2001, I think it was, we went to Washington, D.C. And we wanted to go to the beach before we came home. So we were asking around, and they said, well, Virginia Beach is the first warm water beach that you come to. So we said, okay, so we'll go there. We fell in love with it. And almost every year, not every year, but almost every year since 2001, we have gone to Virginia Beach. We stay right there on the beach, and
Boardwalk.
from our bed we can watch the sunrise, and it is
So many dolphins
just
going up and down.
magnificent.
Yes.
We just absolutely love it, and I don't know why it captured our heart so much, but we absolutely love Virginia Beach.
And that was right after 9/11 there, because we had been Washington, D.C., and we got to go through the Capitol and everything. I think it was like in July when we went, June or July.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
in September, right before September 11th. Yeah.
So that was
scary.
Yeah, we were one of the last ones to actually go through the Capitol.
Through the White House.
Till they closed it down. Till now it's back open again. But.
Yeah. So that was our trip then. So, and one thing we really want to do, and I don't know when we'll do it, we had kind of looked at a trip this year, but the bus trip we thought was really expensive, is to go to New York.
Go to New York.
Because that is something we could not plan on our own, because I wouldn't want to drive in New York City.
They're crazy up there.
And the bus trip that we were looking at, you stayed down in, what is it called? Times Square.
Times Square,
Stay down near Times Square so you can walk everywhere. They took you to the Statue of Liberty. You saw a couple Broadway shows, ate at a couple really nice places, went to the 9/11 memorial. I mean, it sounded like a really nice trip, but it was really, really expensive. So we thought, I don't know.
Yeah.
We spent so much money last year. It's like, okay, I think we're way low this year.
We'll wait for that next maybe 2031.
But that is a trip we want to do because, there's some places that we could drive ourselves and just plan our own thing. But New York City, no, we would have to have a guide. We have to have somebody drive us around. I don't want to drive in New York City and try to find a place to park and all that. No, that's not for me.
Okay, Mason them's going to Vero Beach in Florida for baseball over spring break this upcoming year. That'll be exciting.
That's something to look forward to.
You probably have several games planned there, and that'll be nice. Is Vero Beach, is that where I think the Yankees have their spring training there? I think it's the Yankees around there.
Okay.
So what kind of plans do you have after we get off here? You got plans to watch any movies? Are you going to watch the Ohio State, I think, Miami game? Or, again, we're thinking of watching some of the game and watching the Patriot or Braveheart, one of those two. And
we'll get our pajamas on.
And be eating a few snacks.
Like I said, we got meatballs in the crock pot over here. We got nacho dip on the stove. Probably make some mozzarella cheese sticks and
again
a little snack.
The game I'll be most interested in, it comes on at 4 or 4:30, whatever, tomorrow with Alabama and those Indiana Hoosiers. So if you would be pulling for those Hoosiers for me.
Ohio State game till I fall asleep on Steve.
Steve, yeah. Ohio State always scares me. They always play tough during the playoffs there, and Of course, I grew up, I probably shouldn't say this, might make people mad, but I grew up in the near Mishawaka, Elkhart, South Bend area in northern Indiana. Of course, I am still a big Notre Dame fan. I thought, oh my goodness, and I think they should have been in the football playoffs, but that's here and there now. I'm just pulling for those Hoosiers.
Jennifer says, enjoy your night snacks, the ball game, and some movies. Go Hoosiers.
Yes.
Mason says, doing summer ball this upcoming year. Have 2 trips to Georgia, 2 trips to Illinois, 2 trips to Indianapolis, and 1 in
Man,
Ohio.
you're going to be busy,
Woo!
Mason. Wow.
You are going to be busy. Illinois is greater than Tennessee.
Yeah, I kind of always pull for the Big Ten teams whenever these bowl games come. Everybody seems like during the year put down the Big Ten, that they're overrated and everything. It seemed like the last 2 or 3 years, the Big Ten is something like 7-1 or 2 in all these bowl games. And so I just say, yeah, go Big Ten.
And normally on New Year's Eve, like we used to stay up when the boys were home and we'd watch movies and then we'd watch the ball drop and go to bed. But since our boys are all grown, Josh is here. Josh is a night owl. He stays up.
He stay up.
We usually go to bed because we can't hang anymore. We go to bed. But people around here, now I know it's crazy, but they get out and they shoot guns up in the air.
Guns and cannons.
Yeah, and cannons. Oh my gosh! One year the cannon literally knocked things off the wall.
It was,
and I was like, okay, I'm all for celebrating, but this is crazy. Anyway, we hear the guns shooting. And so usually we go, oh, it must be about midnight.
Let's
so then we get up, we watch the ball drop, and go back to bed. We're really party people around here.
Buzz said, they have a boring life. I think we're kind of relate to that.
Oh, Jennifer's already heard fireworks there.
Mason wants to know if we're going to have the Saran Wrap game. We
yes,
sure are.
We will.
We sure are.
I haven't made it yet, but we got all the stuff to make it. So I'm going to do that probably tomorrow. There will be people shooting fireworks in our neighborhood not too long. Oh, boy. All right. Well, it's right at 7.
So when did we say we were going to do this from?
6
to 7. So it's a little after 7 here. We sure appreciate you guys joining us for our live. I'm so thankful that we was able to get on pretty much the first time. We just pushed that go live and there we were and everything worked out good. And all the sound I hope was good there. And
we appreciate you taking the time out of your New Year's Eve to spend with us. And we don't go live, but it was last New Year's Eve, and now it's this. I think this is only the second time we've ever gone live.
Yes. We thought about maybe doing it maybe once a month, every other month or something like that. But right now we're content with doing New Year's Eve. But this was so easy. We might do a few more lives. But thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we're just wishing everybody a super fantastic 2026. Stay healthy and be blessed.
And have a very blessed new year. Yes. We'll see you in 2026.
Thank you guys for joining us.
All right. And how do we get out of here?